right, what's up? What's up? Thanks for tuning in today. We are partaking in washing and coating probably the biggest thing on wheels. Not ever, but on wheels, Mason.
Yes.
The biggest thing we've ever coated with wheels is right in front of us. So this is a Mercedes something, I don't know, 2500. It's like a $200,000 something, I don't know. Right now we are melting, washing it outside, trying to get it clean. Gonna clay it inside, polish it, coat it inside. So right now we're just gonna keep washing and enjoy the show. Woo! That sucked. We got graced with a couple clouds here and there, but that's typically why we only wash at first thing in the morning or at like 5, 6 at night, because we don't have sun being down on us at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's no escaping it. So we washed the whole Mercedes. What is the model of this thing? This thing's huge. Mercedes, let's see, it says Lux. I don't know what that means. 2500 for, I don't know. It's big and probably expensive. But we're going through and we're washing it with O&R. And the reason for that is now we got most of the dirt off. It was very dirty. You wouldn't want to just pull it in and O&R it because you'd probably scratch the paint. O&R is a rinseless method where there's basically no rinsing. You just spray it with a polymer cleaner, go over it with a sponge, and then dry it. For cars that aren't very dirty, it's not a bad option. For this vehicle, though, it sits outside. We didn't want to compromise and ruin and make anything worse because we already have to polish this thing. So what we did is just as steady and controlled as we could, neutralizing foam hand wash, and now we are doing a secondary wash on this. And you can see we're pre-soaking the paint. And then we're just going over it with the recommended Big Red Sponge via Optimum. So we're giving it a second wash, making sure it's thoroughly cleaned. We are going to perform what's called a clay bar, which is a surface decontamination agent. This Mercedes is only a couple weeks old, so it shouldn't be too bad. It's actually very smooth, but we're still gonna do that just because we're gonna polish it and coat it. So we're gonna get going on this, and we'll see you during the next time lapse. Jake, I found your office.
My office? That's Austin's office.
Yeah, that is definitely true. So we're wrapping up the clay bar, and then we open the back doors here to clean the jams. And oh my God, there's a toilet, there's a sink, like a fridge. You can dude. Okay, it's locked, I guess. You can do your duty and do your work at the same time, Jake.
Yeah.
You got a fridge right in front of you, a microwave. You just need a TV in here. You'd never have to leave this room. You could live here, Jake.
I'm not a big TV.
Look it, and they got glass cleaner.
I'll take one of those face masks, though.
And you got a face mask, because, yeah, but you live here, you ain't getting corona. Oh, that's definitely for toilet paper. Just nobody's used it yet. You gonna break it in for him? Better not. All right, so got this thing all dried down. We're testing the pad here. Mason's working out.
Gotta get the ladder.
But we just polished this here, so I'm gonna wipe this off and see how it looks, see what we're gonna do. All right, so here's our test results. So it will need a very thorough polish. We'll kind of treat it as a one step. It's not a paint correction. because realistically to paint correct something this size is a couple $1,000s. It's huge and it's a lot of labor. But this is the paint after. If we kind of go down, you can see this was the paint before. So this, it's got water spots, it's got marring, it's got scratching. That looks terrible. I don't even know what's going on right there. And this is where I polished. You can see how clean, crisp, and refined that looks. So we're gonna do that on the whole car. There are some parts of the van that look better than others. There's some very light swirls here. You can kind of pick them up with the light. It's by no means perfect, but it's by no means destroyed, but it does have defects in them. You can see those. I mean, this is brand new. This is, he drove it a couple times. So, you know, the defects were there before. You know, things like water spots, that's just, you know, kind of neglect and things like that. I know in the front here, like I had seen there were some like buffer trails on the, yep, right here. So somebody must have waxed this thing or polished this thing improperly. So it just needs proper refinement via polishing. You can see the front is really bad. Whew. So, like I said, some parts of the car are worse than others. See, it's not as bad on this side where I did, it's a lot cleaner. You can see that if you come down. So we're gonna get this thing polished up, looking way better. Ceramic coat this thing. So come along and join us, won't you? It's going to be fun. Jake's going to curse 50,000 times and Austin's going to probably quit. No? Jake, you're just trying to see the inside of this man's ride.
I did.
What's this side look like?
Pretty balling.
Man. JL Audio? Damn. It's pretty cool. He's got some kind of speaker thing or controller over there?
I don't know what that is. Kind of Blu-ray
Probably
player.
DVD controller. Man. This thing's nicer than my house.
Nah.
Mason's eating chips.
Snack break.
But look at this. You can see there's like texture right here.
Oh yeah.
It's like it was repainted. You can see like orange peel. Terrible.
I see it right there.
I mean, I don't know what these things go for. They got, with looking at the inside, it's got to be over 200,000. It's got a toilet in it.
I said 300,000.
Your apartment doesn't have a toilet. You got to use a bucket.
Actually, I got a window.
Now I got to edit that. Kids watch this, man. They want to be detailers, and you're thinking
Those are your kids. Never work full day without your snacks and your water.
You need your carbohydrates and your where's your hydration? Mason's got like
Where's
4
my
cups.
hydration?
Look at, here's Mason. Okay, we got Starbucks.
Coffee.
We
Got
got
water.
That's water? You sure? All right, it's water.
It's not vodka.
All right. Natural 5 o'clock. All right, we're gonna get this thing polished up because it's looking like this and we don't want it to. Stay tuned. All right, so we are well underway into polishing. Just want to give you guys an update. So I got Mason and Austin working on the sides. I was volunteered to do the worst part of the car, which is the hood. But got something special. So whenever we do cars, I don't know why I flipped it around. Whenever we do jobs here, we try to do, you know, as best as possible. I mean, all joking aside, this feeds my family, and we really strive on that wow factor, you know. So, you know, we get a big thing like this come in, and I mean, there's some people who won't even do big rigs like this, you know. They say they're too hard, or they're not worth the money, or the people won't appreciate what you do. I used to think that way for doing boats for a long time, but I think boats are worse because they just get so beat up from the salt water. But you know, something like this, we want, you know, a guy spending a lot of money. It's a very expensive, very beautiful vehicle. It's not really my cup of tea. I mean, the inside's awesome, but I don't travel enough to appreciate a car like this. But we try to do as much as we can, as long as it's within the time frame and within the budget. So something like this is pretty awesome. So obviously you've seen the paint before. The paint is absolutely wrecked. I don't know what happened, why the front is so much worse. Chances are they washed it at the dealership the wrong way. You know, it's just terrible. You know, the sides are still pretty bad, but see how it kind of, it's not as worse here. Still pretty bad. But the hood for sure is just the worst. Well, I was trying out some polishes, some compounds. I'm like, what's going to give me the best results without taking too much time, without, sacrificing profits and things like that? Well, look at this. Boom. So it doesn't get rid of every single scratch, but man, does it get rid of a lot. He's going to be thrilled with this. I mean, from that to that. So he is going to be a very, very happy customer. We've done work for him in the past, though, so obviously he came back to us because we did a great job. We did his 2 vehicles that were ironically black. But that's just a little status update. So this is kind of what we're going for with the car, is to just get rid of as many of the scratches and swirls as we can. Obviously, they're not all gone. You can see some of them pop up here. But, compared to this, obviously this is looking way better. So that's what we're going for. That's what we're going to do. All right, so we're calling a day 1 in the books for now. We spent a good time getting most of this thing polished. You can see it's looking pretty good. We were using a combination of IGL for the heavy defects, F1, which was working really good for us, and then in some areas on the edges it was marring and giving us some micro swirling, so we were just changing pads. But so far the IGL's been working pretty good. You can see it's very shiny. We got all this done here. We still have the top, or I think Austin got the top there, but we have this whole side here. We pretty much stopped kind of right here. You can see all these scratches and stuff without even putting a special light on it. You see all these scratches here, and then you kind of come down to this door where we've polished, and it's pretty beautiful. So pretty good progress. We still got a lot of like little polishing and cleaning to do around the handles, some of the intricate areas. Still far from done, but big improvement so far. So we're gonna call it on day 1, and we're gonna come in here tomorrow, energized, loaded up on potato chips, and yeah, we're gonna make this thing pop even more. So more polishing and then ceramic coating. So stay tuned. All right, well, day 2, and things are moving along. Austin is ceramic coating the glass. You can see there is a lot of it. So this is all getting ceramic coated. This is all getting ceramic coated. We've pretty much corrected to a certain percentage of the paint. I've seen some of the before and after. Of course, there's little smudgies on my camera lens here. Let me try to see if I can wipe it off. Probably won't come off, but this little side here, remember all those scratches? Look how good it looks now. There was some sort of body work done right here, so there's some sand. You can see those little flecks. Those are sanding marks. We're not going to be able to repair that based on his budget, and who knows how thick it is or isn't. So something like that, you can see there's some kind of gouge there too. That's just too deep. But overall, compared to what it looked like before, it's substantially better. Nice and clean, nice and crisp. Swirls are, for the most part, eliminated. This door was done yesterday. So now we're actually in the process where we are putting on the ceramic coating. We've already pre-coated this vehicle, and you can see this half of the car we're starting to put the ceramic on. So slow process, a lot of surface area. We're letting this sit. We're going to start wiping it down here shortly. So come along and enjoy the ride. All right, Mason's doing last touch-ups here. We just coated the trim. We finished coating everything from the top all the way to the bottom. So this was a pretty extensive job. This is like coating a house on wheels. You can see, hopefully, how good that looks. We were able to eliminate a ton of defects, enhance a ton of shine, and more importantly, protect everything. We put our 16 to 18 month coating on here, and we did the glass, we did the paint, we did the trim. We didn't do the wheels, was not in the budget. Like I said, this is a lot of time, a ton of labor, a lot of products. I feel we used around 70 towels. Not literally, but it felt like it. I know when we just dried it off, I mean, this bin was empty yesterday. And we did do one car before we started this, but I mean, this thing's completely full. So all the glass, all the jams, everything. This is just drying glass towels, so we have a ton of drying towels in here. How many drying towels do you think we used, Mason, yesterday? Like 7? Probably more. And we dried it off with air too, so yeah. It's just a lot of product, a lot of time. I mean, it looks great. It wasn't in terrible shape before, but the fact that it was brand new and it came in like that, it's just kind of disheartening. But we got it all cleaned. We got what before and afters we could. Like I said, this is a labor-intensive job, so we couldn't really record everything because really we had to be done today. And we started it yesterday. You can see Jake's still doing touch-ups. We started it yesterday around 2 o'clock. We stayed until close to 7. And then today here, we're coming up on 4:30, 5 o'clock, and we're winding down. So lots of work. Big results though. So, you know, kind of, again, gives you a glimpse of what we can do for you. How we can, you know, make your car, your Mercedes Sprinter van, or whatever you have look like new. Look at that. Remember how bad that paint was? And it's got some rock chips, but it looks great now. All areas of this car 2-stage polished, wheels deep cleaned, everything ceramic coated, even down to the little fog lights, the fins on the grill. So if you want a great detail, or you just want to come by and say hi, come see us at 1851 Cowan Road in Gulf Breeze, Florida. We're right by the Oak Ridge Gun Range and the Gulf Coast Gymnastics Center. If you like this video, if you like what we do, give us a like, give us a subscribe, leave us a comment. And since we're over 100 subscribers, you leave a comment, you have a chance of winning Mason a free detail item of your choice. It might be soap, might be tire dressing.
That's a steal.
You leave me a comment, you might leave with some free product. So let's do it. So I thank you all for viewing in, and we'll see you next time.